Welcome back to the stream. We're bringing you the round 3. The game on stream this time will be England 2 against Russia 1.
Yes, and we have, of course, here on the caster desk, my lovely friend and good. I'm having a lot of fun with you. I heard this is your first time here. Crayotic or Crayolic? How do you pronounce your name? Because that's always one of those things that people kind of have trouble with. So
Cryolix, I think, is the way to go. And yes, this is my first time casting for the ECC. So hopefully everyone's enjoying it.
Well, I definitely am. So you give him a big welcome and a big applause for being here and for having fun with us. I'm still Gavastrian, and we are here with that next game, yeah. And we can definitely go into predictions once again. I'll start this time. I'll call my prediction first. I want to say England 2. I think the roster there is very deep. I know some casters and people in the Russian scene, and there's a lot of strong Russian teams out there, but they haven't performed as well on the European stage as some other countries have up till now. So for me, England 2 is definitely my selection. And what is yours?
I'm going to have to join you on that prediction for sure. I mean, I know some of the players in England too. They're super strong players. I don't actually know the Russia players, but just on paper, I'd have to give it to England too, for sure.
Definitely, and that's what we're going to be looking for. We have a little bit of an issue with players not being able to connect, and once they get in, we will be ready in giving you the game. But we've seen a lot of things that we during the day that we've talked about. One of the things I've mentioned about rotation wise, those 1 2 3 rotations, do you while we have the time, do you mind going a little bit deeper into that? What do you know about that kind of play style, and what can you add to that as advice to the people watching?
Well, I mean, in threes, especially at a high level, in general, you want to be controlling, as much of the pitch as you can with the 3 people that you have on the pitch. And the best way to do that is, normally to maintain a sort of triangle on the pitch. I mean, you have the basics, obviously, you have your first, third, and second man, but often at this level, due to the speed of play that's changing, constantly. So, in general, you want to have the man on the ball, in control, pushing forwards. You want to have one person ready to receive, a pass from that player closer to the mid, maybe the other side of the pitch. Then you want to have your third man, a bit further back normally, ready to clean up if the play goes awry and, a big clear comes out or something like that, or just to follow up on that first man if they win a 50 or something like that and maybe finish the play with a pass. But yeah, I mean, in general with rotation, you want to be hitting the ball and then getting out of there and back into position as soon as you can. You don't want to be, waiting around, trying to recover plays, trying to do everything on your own, unless you get a good chance for a solo play, which we see quite a bit. But you just gotta do what feels right in general, I think.
Definitely, and there are 2 tips I give a lot of players that I'm coaching, and that is rotate. There's two big things. One is rotate away from the ball, rotate away from the side the ball is on. If you go from goal to goal, draw a line. Always rotate over that line away from the ball, because that gives you that space that you've been talking about. Second one, rotate back post, because that way you can cover the entire net. And here we see the first attack already, and Alan looking for a bit of a cheeky own goal.
Yeah, for sure. Strong start coming out from the Russia side. They want that early lead over this England team, but the defense doing well. Jackson, good 50. Ducks into the corner now. Doing well to fend off these attacks from the Russian side. Keeping it in midfield for Alan. The team play from both of these teams already looking extremely confident. A bit more fluid than, the last few games we've seen for sure.
Yeah, and that's because the level of play during a tournament like this, they read out teams that have that a little bit less in either consistency or rotation or their passing plays, and you get that cream of the crop moment, and we're getting there with the round 3 level plays that both teams know what they're doing, know where they need to be and how to keep control of it. The first shot and chance is already here. Jackson finishes that off very strong.
Yeah, I mean, that was pristine offense from the England side. You see the original pass come in. Dux gets the, calculated bump on Jackson, leaving him in the right spot to finish that opportunity.
Yeah, but a bit of like calculated luck there.
Yeah,
one thing
sure.
I didn't like was the overcommitment there. There was such a big gap in the backfield. If the clear from Allen was good, it would have been probably a goal to the other side. So very risky play up till now from England.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely one of those super high risk, but also high reward plays. But it did work out for them in the end.
Yeah.
Dux looking for a clear, but Lek just that bit faster. Finds the backboard. Allen's up. He goes for the shot. Good defense from Jackson. Lek just finding the post. Unfortunate shot from him.
Yeah, not a lot of power on the shots there. Also, accuracy missing a little bit. So jitters for Russia. They're probably going to be improving from game on, from game one and forwards, because right now they're just looking that little bit shaky.
Yeah, but an incredible 50 from Kageki opens the net, but Allen can't quite find the goal. Great 50 on the defense there, and a ceiling pinch comes out from Dot. Not sure which player's behind the Dot, but it was a good attempt. Dux into the corner now. Can't quite find the ball. Lek as well, but he also can't quite find the ball. Allen onto the backboard. The net's open. Great clear from Dux. Keeps their goal safe for the time being. Jackson wins a nice 50.
Sorry, I interrupted you there. Please keep going.
Yeah, no, Russia really piling on the pressure, but like right now, they want this counter goal really badly. And Allen finds a pass to Kageki, a shot, Lek, the fake, and he will find the net. Just a perfect fake there.
That was doing them dirty, exactly the way you want to. The jump up, faked it for all the defenders, everybody biting on that one. They were the fish and that was the bait, and they finish it off very strong.
Yeah, I mean, he knew that if he just shot the ball, it was never going to go in against two defenders, so he just decided the perfect decision was to make the fake, and Lek with the shot finds a lead for Russia now.
It seems like the three players, I'm not completely sure who they are. I haven't figured out who Dot is, but that counterattack is good. And now already 2 goals on the board for Russia. People in the chat also saying Russia looks like the stronger team. It might even be able to win. We might have been very wrong in our predictions, but I would love to see it go to a game 5 anyway, because these teams both look like they really want this.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Russia looked like they were on the back foot a bit, but after a strong counter-attack and a kickoff, they're in the lead immediately. England will not want to let this get away from them, but Lek coming in, he gets a double touch pass, but a good clear from the Dot. Allen coming in for the dunk, can't quite make it, but Lek putting it back into the center for Kageki. It's off the backboard. Great receive there to keep it away from the shooter.
Yeah, and from my sources, I'm hearing that it's either Savvy or Camo being the Dot. We don't know which one of the players it is. We haven't got confirmation on that yet. So let's just leave it at that. Call the person Dot. They apparently don't want to be associated with this, so that's a bit unfortunate. But we will be casting them like they're a Dot.
Just there, we saw a great save from Jackson, stopping an almost pinch shot from reaching the net. Dux again with the clear, finds the second touch to keep it in the corner and gets over another attacker. The England defense this time looking a lot stronger than the previous English teams we've had today.
Yeah, and with time winding down, there is still a hunger in the Russian team, and I love to see that. Even when they are ahead like this, they will try to do everything to extend their lead, to make it a bit more safe, and those passing plays into midfield with somebody already waiting there gives them another open opportunity, and Lek is able to finish that one off easy. Yeah,
England defense just crumbling a bit there. Dot went for the boost, he couldn't quite get the clear, and his teammates pushing up, leaving the net open. And it's as you said before, it's when you have a lead, sorry. When you have a lead, the worst thing to do is to sit back on your lead, you know, and change how you're playing, because that's what's going to open the opportunities for the other team. Russia played this game perfectly. They had the lead. They didn't give up. They were relentlessly attacking, and they found another goal, basically denying the game and getting the win in this first game of the series.
Yeah, Russia looking very strong in this one, a lot stronger than I expected them to be. But as I said, I've heard from my sources that there are very good Russian teams out there. I just don't know the players by name just yet. But after seeing this, I think we can all remember Lech Allen and Kageki as being very strong contenders from Russia, and they are challenging three pretty decent players here in England as well. So it's no slouch that they are getting here, because both teams got to this point and are now fighting to move on to that next part of the bracket, that for that one step further that is going to get you closer to taking the entire Nation Cup here and getting to that best of 7, because these are all best of 5s, and a best of 7 is like a whole different beast if you get to play them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, in a best of 7, it's a much longer series. You know, there's more time to, you know, play with the mental game of your opponents, and also to feel out their play style and maybe develop a bit of a counter strategy. In a lot of these series so far, we've seen that the first 2, maybe even 3 games end up just being, no one really knows what the other team's play style quite is yet, and sometimes we see counter strategies coming out, but not often.
Yeah, and the chat being extremely helpful. Dot is apparently savvy, so we now have his name. We have figured it out. The clues were there. We had our detectives on the case, and now we can cast this game proper.
Yeah, for sure. And I know Savvy's a great player as well. And I'm sure this England team have it in them to take us to a game 5, but just need some small improvements here and there. Kageki. Yeah. Carry on.
The aggression we just saw here, not just going for a good passing play from Russia, but actually rotating back in such a way that they can also get a bump in the demo. And again, here the shot is there. Lech finishes it off, and they are now looking for style points here.
Yeah, I mean, that was Kageki perhaps trying to shoot. Maybe it was a pass, but Lech, pristine shot placement. He got the angle perfect, and Russia take the lead once more.
Yeah. I doubt that there's any way you're going to be able to defend that one if there is a defender on your backboard, unless you are on the backboard yourself. And England is going to have to look to defend that place from now on. Have that Spider-Man stuck on there when they are in a defensive position, so they can stop these kind of passes and things from happening.
Yeah, Lech looking for the double touch there. Looks like Russia really trying to show themselves as the dominant side in this second game. They want to crush England's spirits. Lech. Big clear off the corner there. Kageki into the corner. Lech looking for a pre-flip shot. I think the key to this Russian side's play is just their speed. They're getting to every ball at such a high velocity. They're not giving the England team any time to react, which is exactly what you want to be doing as Lech finds the net again. What a beast.
It is not just the speed that they're showing, it is also the camaraderie and the way they find each other with every pass, having an outlet there to continue on that onslaught. So you don't have to waste that boost to push the ball forward, you don't have to air dribble it forward. There's always a player to pass to, and those passes, if they start connecting all the time, you're going to have such a hard time defending them unless you are fast enough to get in that pass lane, and that's where we see that difference. That's exactly what you said. The idea, England is not playing fast enough to control this Russian momentum.
For sure. These Russians, you know, everyone at this level has speed on some form or another, but the Russian players, they're always in the right position to utilize that speed perfectly. Allen into the corner for Lech now, looking for that corner redirect, but he doesn't quite find it. Allen going for a demo, trying to open up this net. Kageki really slowing down the play, finds a perfect pass, but his teammate not quite ready for it. Lech looking for the net on his own there. The Russians just not letting up. Constant pressure. Allen finding another demo.
And one of those extra things that is also helping the Russians is not just their speed, but it's their efficiency. And the pinch goes wrong. Own goal touch there by eventuality, but it's efficiency. We're not seeing it from England. But every time Russia gets the ball, they touch it, they control it, they either get a pass or a dribble play, because they know exactly how much time they have with the ball every time.
For sure. I mean, their synergy as a team is just incredible. They're not... Again, they find a goal off the kickoff.
They are just going for complete and utter domination here, I think.
Yeah, it seems like our predictions were completely wrong. Their synergy as a team is just perfect. They find their like teammates with every single pass. Their speed is incredible. They're not giving this England team any space to react to what they're doing. Exactly the kind of Rocket League that you love to see.
Yeah, the kind of aggressive Rocket League that says that says a team is like, okay, you know what? We are taking complete control here. We are taking a complete dominating step, and they are showing it every single way.
That was an incredible pinch save by Allen, leading to Kageki. Like, the passing is just perfect. The save into the pass, into the redirect. Lek has scored a hat-trick in both games, and it looks like this England team is completely outclassed.
Yeah, and I think we have our Russian caster, my friend, is actually doing this as well, and is talking about, hopefully is like talking about this game and giving me a little bit of insight about these players. And Lek, a 2100 level player, so that is where you get this kind of dominating play, and the team is just showing that all three of them are on the level to play together like this.
For sure. I mean, yeah, when you reach that 2.1k, that's basically you're in the upper echelons of the game, and this is exactly why we're seeing such a beautiful, you know, team play. The angle there from Lek, just putting it into the top corner.
Yeah, and it is becoming very clear that this team wants to end it now. There is going to be another game to play, of course, but they want to make sure that their opponent is so demoralized that even when they step ahead on that field, they're not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah, for sure. If you can break your opponent in the first two games, as long as they don't make the same mistake as the UK team made last game of slowing down, then they should have a clean sweep. But as we saw in game one, this Russia team does not slow down when they have a lead, and it looks like they will be aiming for the destruction.
Yeah, and again, one of those insider things that I can tell you, apparently this team, this Russian team, is hailed as the #1 team in Russia. So they have proven themselves on different stages more often than not, and we get to see them here. We get to like talk about them here, but they are a level above England, the England team that's in front of them right now, and
the #1 team in all of Russia compared to every other Rocket League player. That is,
yeah,
wow. Okay, so they've got some high-level contenders here. Then no wonder they're able to dominate. Ducks going for the double flip reset there, unable to find the net.
Yeah, and I gotta hand it to Team England. They are fighting back as well as they can. They are trying to look for those different things, but the efficiency is not there. You have players that when they get the ball, they can do a little bit extra. Like Turbo Pulsa, as a player, like the most winningest player in Rocket League, he has that. He has that opportunity that when he gets the ball, he either always gets a 50 or gets a pass or gets something done. And the team that we are seeing here for Russia, these players can do the same thing, and they even get a goal in by the end, but their touches are always on point. They always have someone to go to, and they always have a next step. They always have a plan for what they're doing.
That's something I have talked about myself in the past, is when you're on the ball, you always want to be making impact. It's like, it's not just about every time you touch that ball, you don't just want to be mindlessly bashing it around the pitch. You need to be making something happen when you get on it. You need to be making the pass, as you said, making the 50, doing something that leads your team towards the next goal or the next save or the next, like, taking control of the pitch when you have that.
Yeah, definitely. And that's one of the things in a lot of games, in a lot of different games, you have these kind of like extra things that you can hear about. One of the ones that distinguish different players in a little bit of an older game, in the old StarCraft Brood War days, is that some people could just do more with one Zergling than like somebody could do with an entire army, and that's that extra value. And you see Rocket League players being able to do the same thing. When they get the ball, they either control and dribble with it, or look for a 50 or get a good pass. There's always that step, that efficiency for them, and that is showing right here the big difference between these two teams.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, I don't think I've seen a wasted touch from Russia this entire series. And while there are not many wasted touches from the England side, they are there, and that is the difference.
Yeah, and again, they are trying to set it up. We could see a bit of an upset, of course. It's always possible. These teams are good, and once you get to the upper echelons of like Grand Champ level players, you will see the kind of like style things and idiosyncrasies coming out. But it's the team that works together for this long. If you are the #1 team in Russia, that means you've probably been playing together for a while. Then you know where to find each other. The same thing for other regions. If you look at some team like Sandrock Gaming, Okala, Senso, and Ahmad, they are players that have played together a long time as well. And you can see that in their team plays. We see it here once again. So England needs to start working on their passing plays, on their control as a team if they want to stand a chance here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they're doing a great job of defending considering the strength of this Russian team. You know, they haven't given up. They've come out in this match point game 3 and they're still fighting for the title.
Yeah, they're still holding on.
Allen, big pass to Lek. Puts it into the middle for Allen. Finds the crossbar, unfortunately. Doesn't quite finish that one. That's off the wall now. England doing well to maintain possession here. Ducks looking for a flit reset again. Can't quite get it past Kageki. He'll send that sailing into the other half. Just misses his touch, but Lek playing the intercept might leave the goal a bit open here. The breezy coming out from Savvy there. Jackson a bit high off the backboard there. Bit of a wasted opportunity, unfortunately.
And all the England players after that trying to find that ball, but this is the breakout for the Russian team, and they get their first goal on the net, and this might mean the floodgates are now open.
Yeah, I mean, Kageki just perfectly controlling his car to find that shot. Cuts it in as soon as possible. Allen, what a kickoff. Straight into the opposing backboard. Kageki's up already, but Savvy will find a brilliant position for the clear. Unfortunately, Allen ready to receive. Lek puts it straight back down for his teammate. Shot not quite there. A boomer from the England side doesn't quite find its mark. Kageki with the save. Lek does really well to keep the ball away from Savvy there. Takes it past another. Looking for this solo finish, but Ducks will not fall for his mind games. Kageki off the backboard. It's a shot! It was just onto the crossbar again, unfortunately for him. Lek keeps the ball in offense though. Pressure mounting on this England side. Allen, another shot. Lek is back up. Puts it straight into the middle for Kageki. Can't quite find the angle he's looking for. And the England side will have a counter-attack. Opportunity now for Savvy. And a demo from Ducks almost finishes the play. But the shot just hitting the crossbar. They will regret that if they can't find another goal.
Yeah, if they don't get another chance, this was the big one. This was the one that needed to be in. But now, on the other side, they are under pressure. Once again, they are able to defend this one. But it seems like it's kind of like 10 to midnight here. It's almost over for England, because if they can't hit those kind of like easier shots, you know something is wrong in their mental game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that was the big opportunity they had to maybe take a game from this Russian side, get that big mental boost that may have even allowed a comeback. But it looks like Lek has the angle for the double touch here. Savvy does well to keep the ball out, but Allen's in there, straight back on offense. Good clear, goes over Lek. Opportunity for Ducks now. They really need this one, and it's a miss again. That's got to sting.
This is going to be one of those games where you are asleep and you shake awake, covered in sweat, seeing those shots in front of your head, or in front of your eyes once again and again and again. You know, if I just did this a little bit differently, we could have taken this one. If I did it a little bit differently, we could have had it. And now it seems to be fading away for them.
Two incredible opportunities for England to bring this game back. Gone away. They have 35 seconds on the clock now. perhaps with this offense they can do it, but Lek looks like he's keeping it out. Jackson into the middle, ducks, and a shot from Allen. Lek almost finishing it there. Allen with the reset double touch attempt finds the crossbar. Lek's in there with a shot. They have 20 seconds left on the clock. They still have a chance at this game. A shot from Allen will find its mark, and with 13 seconds to go, it looks like Russia may have sealed the series.
Yeah, and still we saw a couple of amazing chances there for England. They got to be kicking themselves for this. But overall, if you look at the numbers, it is 15 shots. 15. Okay, now 16 shots for the Russia team compared to 5 from England. So overall, the numbers are telling us no chance for England.
I mean, yeah, it looks like they've given up now, and while the numbers are heavily in Russia's favor, England definitely had the chances to bring this game back, and they just let them slip through their fingers.
We're hearing one of the players talking about they apparently had a salami sandwich on their mind, and that is kind of costing them here. But what a game, and what a performance from Russia.
Clean sweep from this Russia team. Incredible performance, and I will be looking forward to hopefully seeing them again today and even in the future. What a beautiful side.
Unless there is a team that is nuts enough to be able to stand against this kind of play, I think they're looking to be favorites for this entire tournament.
Perhaps
it's an early call, but I'm willing to take that bet. I'm willing to say Russia might just take the entire thing.
They are definitely in the top 3, I have to say. After that game especially, their play is so clean. They're definitely one of the favorites. But I do think there are a few other sides in this tournament who could give them a good run for their money as we come towards the final.
Definitely, and we'll hopefully be able to see them as well. If we look there, I don't think there's any other games that have already finished, though we will be going to a break in a little bit and see what teams are going to be moving on from this, because we're going into the top 4. So these are the top 4 teams that we've had throughout this entire tournament, and we will see them all after this short break.